Hi, my name is Katie Weatherup and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I'd like to talk to you about my new intensive program on the chakras. And what's really powerful about working with the chakras is they provide an energetic map for a vibrant, healthy life. You may have been familiar with the phrase as above, so below, or as within, so without. And when I do my healing work, I like to work from the principle that if you get the whole system on the inside really vibrant and whole and healthy and all working together, every aspect of life is set up to align with a lot of grace and ease. And so in my work, I'm not going to try to wrangle the perfect job for you out of the universe. I'm going to work to get you very healthy and vibrant and clear and able to perceive and choose and call in possibilities so that it's almost impossible not to vibrate in the job that really aligns, for example. And you could apply this to relationship or money or spiritual expression or any aspect of life that really matters to you. And I really like working with the chakra system because the model that I use looking at the 7 chakras, the way that I've been trained and the way that I work with them, divides them up so that each chakra speaks to a fundamental aspect of life. And the great thing about this is if you look at all the chakras, you've addressed all the different aspects of what it is to have a human expression of being this soul in a body. Neither would you want to neglect safety, security, basic needs being met in terms of safety and survival, nor do you want to neglect your soul purpose, but different chakras are concerned with that. And the other piece that I'm really passionate about is getting all of our chakras working together. So sometimes you see the person who's in the job that they really can't stand, but it pays really good money. So it's meeting the needs of the root chakra. The root chakra is really happy and the instincts are really happy, but the heart is, longing for more connection, and the hours of the job may take so much time and energy that there isn't time or expression left for contribution or different aspects of life that really matter, some kind of a soul expression. And so for me, a lot of the work that I do is oriented with the concept of as within, so without. So if I can help people, for example, with my soul retrieval practices, to get all their parts and their energy available to them, or if I can work with people so that their energy body is really healthy and vibrant, it becomes very easy to attract and align with the life circumstances that really support you. And sure, there's always little tweaks sometimes, but it's a powerful way to move when you've already energetically aligned for the life that you'd like to call in, that would really nurture and support you and work for all aspects of your being, rather than something that meets one level wildly well and another level not so much. So, I've certainly had the relationship disaster, which was a fun ride, but also a very intense, and terrible ride where like the sexuality aspect, sacral chakra, really lined up, but the communication didn't work at all. So I was totally met in the 2nd chakra, but not at all in the 5th, and no good came of that in the long term. So I really want to support you in calling in everything that you would want in life in a really holistic way, and just having a really vibrant, healthy experience. And so this 21-day chakra program has 3 parts. The first part is just a cleansing part, a releasing part. We can accumulate what I think of as psychic sludge in our chakras. So if you've ever had like a night where you had all these really intense dreams and you woke up in the morning and the bedroom felt heavy and you were like, wow, that could use some cleansing, and you got out your sage and you waved it around and suddenly the bedroom felt lighter, or you changed the linens or opened the windows and there was this opportunity for it to shift. Well, likewise with our chakras, the business of being human is incredibly dynamic and vibrant. There's a lot of experience and expression, and sometimes the energetics of that accumulate. There's as a society, we don't do all that well with processing emotion, and so a lot of times old emotionality gets stuck in the chakras, and it gets in the way of them spinning. One of the ways to vision chakras is as these wheels of light. They spin and have this beautiful expression, and sometimes when I work with clients, especially with the lower chakras, there's so much stuck energy that the chakra really struggles to spin. And we want to get them moving and vibrant and healthy. And so the first week is just, let's clear out the stuff that doesn't serve. Let's clear out the old accumulated energy so the chakra can move and express itself and be really contemporary. So if there were circumstances that were happening 10 years ago that weren't really great, you don't want to still carry those in your energetic body. You want your chakras to be really vibrant and up to date. The second piece of the program, the second week in this 21-day journey, is about going in and healing and rebuilding the chakras. So for some of us, one of the theories of chakras is, different chakras develop at different times in our lives. And so if when you were 2 years old, your needs for safety and security weren't met very well, it can impair the development of the root chakra. If you, at the time that you were a teenager and you were really defining your identity and your sense of self, and you were in an environment where that sense of self and that self-expression was really not honored, like you had a lot of people who had really strong agendas about who you should be, and it was, too expensive to really fight with those, the chakra just may not have had what it needed to really fully develop. And so in the second week, we're wanting to create this opportunity where healing can happen if there was damage done to chakras, and also the sort of full development can happen, so that it would be as though you'd had a life that was conducive to each chakra. And through the magic of shamanic reality, we can do these things in really accelerated ways. And so there's a certain amount of taking the most up-to-date blueprint and bringing your chakra into alignment with what it would look like if it had been nurtured and held and really healthy. Naturally, as you can imagine, for this there'll be homework and there'll be exercises, as well as the work that I'll be doing in the background. So what I love about intensives is I get to place the group of people under my care and actually construct sacred space in shamanic reality, and call in a team of guides who are super excited to have this group of people who are all focusing on this work at the same time. So I get to put together a team of guides, sacred space, hold you all within my awareness. When I'm running a 21-day program or an intensive, I'm throughout my day just sending little bursts of energy and thinking of the people in the program, and really directing my shamanic power in sort of a continuous way toward the objective that we've created. So it's this really great 1-2 punch where you're doing the work on your own with the homework practices that really, really move the energy, and then I'm providing sort of an unlimited supply of energy and support and whatever for you to draw on, so that it's supported on 2 different layers, plus this magnificent team of guides, like really, really cool groups of guides come together for the magic that's created with these programs. And so lots of movement in a very short amount of time. And then week 3, after we've done this cleansing, followed by this healing and any repair work and any kind of catching up the chakras, is the activation week. And for the activation, it's about going into the chakras and saying, look, humans living a world where we're focused on it being the scientific era. We've really developed our mental bodies. So a lot of what you learn in school is things like algebra and history, and there's a lot of intellectual, we take our children and we train them intellectually. We don't necessarily train them in how to work with emotions, and most people don't talk about the energy body. You have to be kind of a little bit of out of step with popular culture if you even believe that there is such a thing as chakras, or chakras are relevant to you. And so we end up with as a result, a lot of the potential of what our chakras can do isn't available to us. When we started doing the shimmer rite, which is this amazing heart activation, one of the things the guide said to me over and over again is people are only using a small percentage of what the heart chakra could do. It's kind of like those studies where they're like, humans only use X percentage of their brain. Well, I would argue without any studies to back it up that I've just had the message from the guides again and again that the magic of what these chakras, these wheels of energy, these connections that are the organizing principle of archetypes of the universe that are custom tailored to you as an individual soul in a body, that are this interface between all that is and your personal expression and your physical body and all of that, are capable of a lot more magic and power and vibrance and all kinds of good things than they've actually been set up for. And we sort of lose the reference for that because people aren't practicing it. You know, there's a lot to be said for ideas that are in the collective consciousness. So some of you are familiar with the analogy of the 100th monkey, and basically it was this thing where they started dropping food for monkeys on an isolated island, and as time went by, one of the monkeys got the idea, oh, this food is all covered with sand, I'll go wash it, and started showing other monkeys, and other monkeys on the island were like, oh, yay, washing the food before we eat it, that's a great idea. And about the time the 100th monkey on the first island started doing it, spontaneously, monkeys on all the islands who'd never seen the first monkey do it just started washing their food. And the idea with this is there's this collective consciousness thing that happens when enough people are holding a certain idea or possibility where it just sort of blooms into the collective consciousness. And I think this has a lot to do with how technology opens up. There's this sort of collective like, oh, we're all holding the concept of electricity or the telephone or the internet or, you know, cell phones, and suddenly there's just this environment where it's this dynamic co-creation without even necessarily interacting. But the upshot is, for those of us who are geeks about the metaphysical or the energetic, who really understand that a healthy energy body often supports a healthy physical body, nice life circumstances, longevity, all these really practical things. Some of you know I have a degree in engineering, and so I approach shamanism from a very practical standpoint. It's great to get blissed out, it's beautiful to connect with the universe, these totally enhance my quality of life, but I also want my shamanic practices to make it easier when I have to navigate traffic and do my taxes and earn money and all of these things that support me in really thriving in the modern world exactly as it is. I don't agree with all of what happens in the modern world, but I'm immersed in it. You know, I live in a busy city of San Diego. There's a lot happening, and so my ability to interface and be effective in the modern world while being the unique woo-woo individual that I am is a really important skill. And that's where having these vibrant, healthy chakras that are accessing more of the potential give you this really great edge in terms of being able to really align the life that you want, to really call that in. So for the same reason that we'd say, oh wow, somebody who uses more of their brain probably has an advantage in the world, people who have more of their chakras lit up and doing all of this magic that our mind doesn't even have to watch. We don't tell the heart chakra, oh, connect and flow connection, and we don't tell the root chakra, oh, keep me connected to the earth. Ideally, once we get those chakras really healthy and vibrant, they do those things naturally while we're busy, you know, driving to work or getting a cup of coffee or whatever it is that we're engaged with. So I really had a lot of success with the intensive format. I love doing it. It's an opportunity to drop in and really affect some deep change in a short period of time, and to really juice it up from my side with all the energy that I'm flowing and the team of guides that come together, plus adding in your work and your focus on the subject. And so it's a great opportunity to see a lot of change really quickly. For this program, the prerequisite is the soul retrieval because I just feel like that provides the best possible foundation. There are a lot of problems that won't need solving in your life if you just have all of your essence and energy inside of you and available to you. And so that's the foundation I want to create and work with. Plus, if I've had the opportunity to do a soul retrieval with you, I get to talk with your team of guides. I get to really know what the blueprint is. And so when I'm flowing energy individually to you, I'm a lot more calibrated. I have a lot more information. So that's why I ask people to have a soul retrieval with me before embarking on one of my intensives. And I really hope that you feel called to come and play with me. I'll have all the details up at my website, which is handsoverheart.com. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I hope that we have the opportunity to play together. Again, my name is Katie Weatherup. Thank you so much.